you break into a sweat with even the thought of having company? I'm here to help. After trying just a few of my hosting tips, you'll be more than ready to say, come on over. Today we're talking about the 3 reasons your houseplants may be dying. Now, maybe they have a death wish like Charles Bronson 5 times or Bruce Willis in the latest one.
Come out to the coast, we'll get together, have a few laughs.
But whatever their reason is, they're not happy and they may be dying. The number 1 reason is water. Now, we have over here orchids. Clearly, I enjoy orchids. Clearly, they don't all enjoy me because 3 of them are looking wonderful and 3 of them are not. The ones that are happy have blooms, have buds, have green stems, have green roots. You can see there's a stem coming up here, stem coming up even on this baby one. These are getting the correct amount of water. How do I know that? I use this and a syringe. I fill it once a week, warm water, it's happy. Occasionally fertilize. Over here, well, we have our collection of water problems. This one, not mine, given to me by a friend who was just like, just take it, just take it. What I originally noticed was that it had no water. It was way too dry, and I can tell by the condition of the leaf. First of all, floppy leaf, these, very firm. Also has these ridges going, which means it's starving its leaves for help. This one's a little better. This one's bent, might not be able to save it. It does have some green roots, so I know it's still there, but look at this dried up, sad root here. Bloom completely gone, and it is in the correct soil. I'm gonna pull this out. You can see that it's in kind of a bark soil, which this kind of cactus, palm, and citrus potting mix is what you'd want to use. If it was in the wrong soil, that would be part of the problem also. But this is clearly a watering issue. It is not happy, has not had enough water. This one has several issues going on, but one of them is water. It got too wet, and that's what's happened here. These are fine. In fact, there's even a new leaf coming out, but I overwatered this, or I didn't pay attention to what was happening to the water in the pot. This one also needs to be divided. This one, I can tell by the tip of the plant that it was overwatered. Way too much water. I didn't check the soil. Also, take a look at these roots. Not happy. This one probably needs to be repotted entirely, which I will get around to doing. I know that it's savable because this leaf is in really good shape, and so is this one. So I will try to save this. But water is the biggest issue here. So the orchids need the right water in order to thrive. And they don't need a lot of water. All they need is about 4 ounces of warm water poured right down into the middle once a week. Truly, that's it. If you can feel at the top of it, like it feels like it might be still wet, just don't give it water. It is something that thrives on neglect, believe it or not. So if you forget to water, it's better than overwatering it. All right, sticking with the water theme,
Out of the water! Get out of there!
let's go over here and look at these. Here is this poor violet that's seen better days. Now, you can tell that the blooming is on its way out, which is fine. This I overwatered. Look at this poor little leaf. I'm going to just pull it out. I mean, it is sad, sad, sad. I may have also, in addition to overwatering it, underwatered it at some point. Who knows? I know that I can save this though, because if it's strictly a water issue, which I believe it is, I can just adjust it. Now I'm putting my finger down in here and I'm feeling that the soil is still pretty moist. It's not like sopping wet, but it's also does not need to be watered. Like I need to make sure I do not water this until it is dry. I can come in and I can clip off These blooms that are dried out, just use my scissors, clip them off, and I can get rid of that part that looks bad. I can also go in, and if there are other leaves that I think are like this, I can, like this leaf may not make it. You can tell that it's way too light of a green. This is the color it should be. I can go ahead and cut off this leaf. It's okay. The violet is not going to be mad at me for that.
You make me very angry.
It really needs my help in staying its happiest. Now, this poor plant, this poor primrose is not that old. I got it a couple weeks ago and I clearly did not water it. How do I know? You don't want the leaves to feel like dead lettuce in your crisper. That's not how they want to be. They want to be firm, coming upright. They should feel like that head of romaine that you just got and you really want to have it for salad tonight. Here's another one, overwatered. This has another problem. Let's go to the second issue and why your plants could be dying, and that is light. I suspect, in fact, I know that I put one of these orchids, probably this one, in harsh light for a week when we had a house guest, and I wanted to get the plants out of there so they didn't get damaged or worried. And so instead of that happening, I actually damaged it. So I overwatered it and it was in too harsh of light. Orchids, in fact, most plants want a gentle light, a morning light. So when you're thinking about getting a plant and keeping it happy, think about what kind of light it needs. It might be on a little plant tag that you get in it. Sometimes plants will come with something like this. It will generally tell you what kind of light and what kind of moisture it needs. And if you're not following those directions, it'll end up looking like this. So water, light. Everything else has pretty much gotten the right amount of light. This sad asparagus fern, also called a foxtail fern, I brought in for the winter because I knew that I could carry it over into the next spring. But it is clearly not happy. It is getting the right amount of water, but it's getting city water. It's not getting rain water. That can make a difference too. And it's not getting the right amount of light. I mean, just look at this. It just comes flying off. It's too dry. It doesn't seem to matter where I put it. It's just not getting really great sunshine light. And that could be why a plant that you've brought in for the winter isn't looking particularly happy. Now, here's what I know. It is going to make it.
If I can make it there, I'd make it anywhere.
It has this sprout going, which it wouldn't have if it weren't going to make it. It does have very green foxtails here. So I know that I can fix this. I could go in and I could cut out these stems, and I might just cut them out. This stem is yellow, so I know that this is a problem. I can fix this, and I will fix it when I send it outside in late spring, early summer, in the shade where it will be happy. This is a begonia. Way too much water. Doesn't like the sun. It needs to be outside. I brought it in hoping I could keep it going, and I did. You can tell here, dried up leaves. It's having issues. I can fix it. I'm pretty sure I can save it. Another problem, and this would be the third problem for most houseplants and why they're unhappy, why they may be dying, is the kind of soil that it's in. Houseplants take very specific soil. Orchids need an orchid potting mix, bark or cactus. You can tell right on here it says fast draining formula because they do not want to sit in water. Most plants don't want to sit in water in general. But houseplants really don't want to sit in water. I could have done a better job sitting this pot down into water and letting it pull when it wants to, and that's what I'm doing now. This one also, I need to water from the bottom, and so that it's not pulling from the top, or it's not waiting for the water to drain down, it's pulling from the bottom. This one just needs good old regular rain from the sky. But the soil this is in is potting soil because this is a potted plant. This is what it wants to survive in. So it's just good old potting soil, not dirt that you dug out of your yard, but potting soil for the pot. It drains better, it holds moisture in the correct way. All of these are in regular potting soil as well, and that's the soil they want. They would not want, for instance, a cactus type soil because it wouldn't hold enough moisture. So what a plant comes in from the store is generally the kind of soil that it wants. If you repot it, which I clearly did some of these and didn't do correctly, then it's going to be unhappy and it's going to let you know that. So in review, the three elements are light, water, and soil. You can help them with fertilizer, and even then, you want to be more specific. There is the correct fertilizer for each kind of plant. This is an orchid fertilizer. This one goes with this beauty. So when you go over your plants at home, when you look them over, look at what seems to be unhappy with the plant. Is it too wet? Is it too dry? Are the roots dried out and dying? Is it wimpy? Does it need to be more firm, not getting enough water? Is it yellow? Probably a fertilizer, too much water situation. Is it brown? Not happy in a number of ways, but I know this is an outdoor plant, so that's where it's going. Generally, what a plant needs is very simple and you can fix it. And you know what? Feel no shame if your plant is dying. Clearly, I have problems too, and I'm a pretty good plant lady. So if it's unsavable, that's okay. Let it be free and go get yourself a new one. Sometimes you need to equalize things, and so you watch Denzel
see somebody
equalize.
He used everything available in Home Depot to kill people.
Okay, that was like total genius.
It was.
Total genius.
I thought to myself, somebody went to a Home Depot one day.
It was like a bombs expert or somebody, and thought,
You
you know,
could kill a whole gang of people with just stuff in here.
a night with a nail gun.
Yeah. That was. Yeah.
And how far could the nail gun really shoot? I think that was a little.
All right, now that we got that recorded, now we shall
Okay.
forever hold our peace.
Or a P, which is what I'm holding right now. Okay. And I'm sure you
One
got
more
that.
show.
Let it be free, return to the earth, and go get yourself a new one. It will thank you in the morning. That's a terrible ending. It'll thank you in the morning. Might not be the morning. Could be evening.
Come on over. Now go make someone feel special today.